That was a complete and utter, total defeat for Manchester United there against Brighton. Questions will be asked. Questions should be asked. And a lot of that today, unfortunately, falls on Erik ten Hag. Manchester United went into that game with a tweaked system, with a midfield diamond, and for the first 20 minutes, it worked. It worked. We kept Brighton. They couldn't go through the middle against us. We were creating opportunities. But then Brighton switched. Brighton got a goal. Danny Welbeck, of course, it was Danny Welbeck. De Zerbi tweaked his tactics. And Manchester United, from that point on, had no answer in that game. Erik ten Hag had no answer in that game. I don't know what our formation was towards the end of it, but it was a game where we decided to switch to a midfield diamond with two strikers up top. And it didn't work. As I said, it worked for the first 20, but when De Zerbi changed it in game, Erik ten Hag needed to react, and he didn't. And Manchester United there completely outclassed by Brighton. Erik ten Hag, tactically, today was outclassed by De Zerbi. That's the complete truth. It worked, but then it didn't work. So Ten Hag needed to change the system. He needed to change the personnel. He needed to change something. Instead, Manchester United, where are we now? 12th in the table. Defeat to Arsenal. Defeat there. Complete defeat against Brighton. We've got Bayern away next. And there were boos at Old Trafford. His substitutions were questionable. I'm guessing that Højlund wasn't fit to play 90 minutes. Otherwise, why on earth are you bringing Martial on? Yeah, that is a massively concerning defeat for me, if I'm being completely honest, because I've not seen that from Erik ten Hag. I've not seen him not have... I'm not saying he's had the answer to everything before, but United just didn't know what to do. In and out of possession, we were static. And he, as a manager, today was static. De Zerbi saw what was happening, switched the system. I think the two centre-backs dropped deep, really went wide. The full-backs went a little bit further up, and Brighton just had the out ball to the full-back every time. But United just didn't react. Ten Hag did not react, and that was bad. That was really, really a bad defeat there. And we've got Bayern Munich next. I think Bruno Fernandes ended up as a centre-back. Oh, man. That's going to have repercussions, that one. That's going to have repercussions. It was the total lack of answer or answers that really, really surprised me. You can't... look, we can speak about injuries, right? We can speak about the fact that if Amrabat was in that midfield, maybe this, maybe that. But that's by the by. Like, Brighton just completely whooped us. Absolutely whooped us. Just slapped us at Old Trafford. Totally. That's Manchester United's home record under Erik ten Hag. Gone. And the last two games that we've lost at Old Trafford have both been against Brighton. Honestly, I'm a bit shook. I'm really, really shook. I was positive about the game going into it. It wasn't just naive positivity. Brighton made 6 changes today to their team that played before the international break. And there were questions as to whether or not that they would be able to sort of keep the same sort of momentum. Wow, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. Brighton just had the measure of us today. And I've not seen that from Ten Hag so far. I don't ever want to see it again. I'll be completely honest. I think he was going to use that system against Arsenal, but he said but McTominay was ill. I'm presuming that's just I'm genuinely a bit speechless. I can't even speak. Rasmus Højlund. I mean, what's the point in? What do you mean? What's the point? Of course, what's the point? Millimeters, and it depends which angle you fancy looking at. It's exactly the same as Japan's goal at the World Cup, where you look at one angle and it looked completely out. Like that. It looks out. You look at the other angle And it doesn't look out. A game of millimeters, 2 games in a row where millimeter decisions have changed. That would have been 1-1 before halftime, going in, and it may have been, and it probably would have been a completely different second half. But I just can't believe that the sheer manner and the totalness of that defeat. Could have been 4 if not for Onana making a good save towards the end. Honestly, this wasn't me just throwing the towel in, but it got to about, I don't know, 60, 65 minutes. And I looked at the team and I looked at how we were playing and I was like, there is no way that this team is coming back into this. There is absolutely no way that United are coming back into this game. And I am a huge supporter of Erik ten Hag. I think everybody knows that on the channel by now. But today, he got outmaneuvered, outsmarted, and outclassed by De Zerbi. And it was the in-game switches, because for the first 20 minutes, Manchester United had the absolute measure of that game. Brighton really couldn't get a sniff. 1 chance, 1 goal. And I can't believe, by the way, how many chances did Marcus Rashford have today? How many chances did Marcus Rashford create? But how many chances did he have? How on earth didn't he score today? How on earth did Marcus Rashford not score? We got Bayern Munich on Wednesday, ladies and gents. Oh man, you know me. I'm genuinely. I don't really know what to say after that. I really, really don't know what to say now. It's going to have repercussions, that defeat. But there was boos at Old Trafford. What did you make of the decisions? Because I think that's what it was. It was pretty much all of the in-game decisions today. I think Ten Hag got wrong. Pretty much every substitution. The starting 11, clearly it overall didn't work. Because Brighton were just able to see what we were doing and go, tweak, nullified us. They were so measured in possession. Now, I'm giving credit to Brighton for being good like that, but at the same time, we made it as easy as possible for them. And we just had no risk. I can't believe how little risk. Look, Hannibal, absolutely wicked goal from Hannibal, trying to G up the Old Trafford crowd. But I mean, what response did you get? Where do you go from that? That's not really a game like Arsenal, right? Not in any way, shape, or form was that like the Arsenal game. In terms of the defeat, the Arsenal defeat was, that was just, it hurt. It really, really hurt. But that one today was just like, it kind of looked like men against boys. It didn't look like a manager who was in the second season in charge at Manchester United, and he's got Højlund in that. He's got a lot of his signings, and we shouldn't be looking like that. We shouldn't be playing like that. Oh my God. Wow. Brighton are a good team, all right? But that, I can't believe how meek Manchester United were. After that 20 minutes, I've never seen that from Erik ten Hag. It was just we just didn't have any answers, did we? We had absolutely no idea what to do to switch our tactical system, to switch players, to do anything to get a foothold back in that game. And Brighton, they just kept it in second gear, enjoyed themselves, knocking it side to side. Savage. That really was a savage defeat for Manchester United there. I've called it, I don't know what other words you want to use to describe it. Erik ten Hag has to take a lot of the blame for that. I'll be honest. Look, we can talk about the players. We can talk about the X, Y, Z, sure, right? We can talk about injuries, sure. I know we will, and I will. But Erik ten Hag, I think, pretty much got everything wrong that he could have got wrong today. And in game, De Zerbi won. That was really bad. Seriously, seriously bad.